今天下午呢，我们也邀请到2位主讲人，还有一个高峰论坛的时段。那今天早上有说明，我们的会议会分成2个大的项目来进行。今天下午的这个场次呢，我们要讨论的议题是感动新体验。感动新体验是来自于内心的一些体会。那我们非常荣幸呢，在这个地方我们有邀请到国外的主讲人，还有国内的餐饮业者与我们来分享。那感动新体验的这个项目里面，我们特别也依照主办单位的安排，我们会讨论餐饮业国际在地化的议题，永续经营的角度分析餐饮业跟在地食材间的关联性，同时它将如何影响餐饮业在国际市场上的在地发展。那在这边，我想不再多花时间，我们邀请我们今天第4场专题演讲的主讲人 Mr. Gudmundsson。他是国际厨师协会的总裁。I'd like to invite the president of the World Association of Chef Society, Mr. Gudmundsson. Would you please take the stage? 他今天为我们主讲的题目是 Chef Beyond the Kitchen。Chef Beyond the Kitchen 是一个也非常非常含义很深刻的一个议题，我把它翻译为跳脱厨房框架的厨师。那我们现在来欢迎 Mr. Gudmundsson 的这个演讲，谢谢。
Good afternoon, everyone. They had warned me that maybe you will be sleepy after lunch. Everybody is awake. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, I'd like to first of all thank you all for the warm welcome and the invitation to Taiwan. It is a pleasure for me to be here with my members of the newest country within the World Association of Chef Society, and I'm very convinced after these few days that Taiwan cuisine has all the right to be around the world, and I hope you will success with branding Taiwan food, not only in the United States, but everywhere around the world. So what I'd like to do is to tell you a little bit about what chefs can do outside of the kitchen and what kind of impact we can have on our life around the whole world, not only for chefs, but also for every human being. I come from Iceland, very small island on the other side of the planet, so it's far away from here. But it's island like Taiwan. I come from a very small village, 300 people live there. So I never saw a TV before I was 11. So it was not Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver that got me to be a chef. It was my mom. And I made a decision to be a chef when I was 8 years old. And since 16 I have been working within the culinary industry. But it was in 2007 I made a decision to step out of the kitchen and do something for our profession in general. Not only our profession, but also for the people that we serve every day. It was a big task, big decision, because I sold my restaurant and I gave everything up to be a voluntary president for 4 years. And I was just re-elected in May this year for 4 more years. Thanks to my government in my country and very good food companies in Iceland, I can do this full-time job for my chefs in any country around the world. And I'm very proud of it to be representing my profession for any culture, any country, any religion, anywhere around the world. So what is WAX? WAX is built up of 13 people in the board. The treasurer always comes from Switzerland. We need to keep our money safe. We have continental directors that represent areas, like one is representing Asia, We have 3 that represent Europe because we split it up in North, Central, and South. We have for Americas, Pacific, Africa, Middle East. We have our office, main office in Paris, but we also have a sub-office in Singapore, and our dream is to open the 3rd one in Americas in coming year. And that's to ensure that we do understand the difference of culture, language, and it gives us great opportunities to be represented in different parts of the world. We have many committees like you see. So we have probably around 80 people around the world working on very different programs within WACS, and all of them are very important. But education is probably what is the most important for chefs today, is to ensure quality education for future generations. We have members in 93 countries, over 10 million, and we are growing. We have corporate membership and associated membership in over 20 countries, and we are starting with an individual membership. You understand we are society, so our members is an association in every country. But we need to start individual membership for the simple reason that we will probably have around 50 countries, most of them in Africa, that will never be having the opportunity to have a society in their country. But they would like to have an individual membership and be part of the international network. And that's because of political issues in country and so on. I'd like to show you a small film that will give you a little bit more insight what WACS is and what we stand for. You put up the sound. Perfect. Hello. Like you can see, we have been around for 85 years, and through this 85 years we have learned a lot, and we have taken, how can I say it, we have taken the experience we have gained over the last 85 years and made a decision 8 years ago to focus on 4 important points: education, competition, humanitarian work, and networking. And how do we do it with education? In many ways. We have a recognition program for culinary schools. We have an individual certification program starting in January next year. We have trained the trainer. We have young ambassadors and sustainable cuisine seminars for chefs. This is probably one of the things that I have to say that I am most proud of. I don't know around the world how many culinary schools we have, but I know in Taiwan you have over 100 that are teaching culinary. So you can imagine around the world there are many. So there's no one world standard what should we teach in a school so you can be proud to wear a chef jacket. There's no world standard. So we made a decision 3 years ago to make that standard, and we spent over 2 years with different people from all over the world to find and map out what is the minimum that needs to be taught in a culinary school so you can actually call yourself a chef when you come out. And in reality, and I'm sure Christopher will agree with me, it's many culinary schools in the world only doing it for money, not for the quality. We are trying to ensure that the quality is there because everyone wearing a jacket is representing my profession. We started this program 1 year ago, and today we have over 30 schools in, I think, almost 20 countries recognized. We have 60 in application process, and we just signed agreement with City and Guild in England that all their 500 schools in 29 countries are coming under this program. And why I'm so proud, European Union has been trying for several years to find out the standard that needs to be only in Europe, and they haven't achieved it yet. And the reason for they haven't achieved it is because they have not been talking to the people working in the industry. That means the teachers in the school and the chefs. They are more making the decision on the political level. And the point with this is to keep it open for as many schools to come in. If they cannot reach the standard, we can help them to reach the standard, because it is an inclusive program. It's not an exclusive program. And what will happen when you have few hundred schools or 1,000 schools around the world and you like to raise the standard, they all will jump with you. If you put it too high in the beginning, they are not going to come because the task is too high. So this is something what we believe is very important for the industry itself, because hotels all over the world are hiring people through internet, through phone, and they have no guarantee for that the person that they are hiring actually knows the basic in cooking. This is to guarantee that you have the basic. We are not saying you're a good cook or good chef, but you have learned the basic, and that's very important. This is the growth, and we take it slowly. And I think it is going to be much more, but it's better to be happy than expect too high. Individual certification worldwide. We start 7th of January next year. Everybody wants to be recognized for coming from a professional school, have assurance that they can cook everywhere around the world. But the best with this here is the first one, Commissar. Around the world you have so many people wearing my chef's jacket, they have never got opportunity to go to a culinary school. But they work in hotels, restaurants, and do my job. We can't change that. We need them. So why don't we try to recognize them and give them pride, and hopefully they will take the next step and take courses in some of our recognized schools to go higher in the levels. You have people working in, I can mention a hotel like Hilton or Marriott or any good hotel chain around the world. They pick somebody up off the street to take McDonald's. Pick somebody up on the streets, they teach them to do the job, and they have a great hygiene program. They work under the same leadership for a long time. Why not give them opportunity to be recognized? Because they will never have opportunity to go to school. So this is what I think we can be very proud of, that we are opening opportunities for a lot of people working in our industry today, and we will need them for the future. Train the Trainer is a very important program, has been for a long time. It's supported by one company in the US named Custom Culinary, and that means Taiwanese Chef Association can say to World Association, we like to have a Japanese chef to Taiwan to teach 3 or 4 Japanese food. We don't like to teach a mass like in this room, but smaller group, so they can then teach in their own language, but smaller groups so they understand the topic from beginning and to the end. 2008, when I became a president, I looked over my board, 13 people, average age 60, 65. And we say that we are working for the next generation, the young people. How can we make a decision for the young people working in our industry if we are not listening to them? So I invited in 2008 2 young boys into the board. One came from Hong Kong and one came from Canada. In 2010, 2 girls, one came from New Zealand and one came from the US. And this year we invited 6, and we are still looking for 3 more because we like to cover the whole world. These people are telling us everything. What we can do, we are an organization, we've been here for a long time, we can let it happen. But they come in with ideas. And what they do also for us, they spread the word out. Because they are on the Facebook, they are on the internet, they're doing all the things that we become lazy to do when we get older. So I'm very proud of them, because they do a great ambassador job for our profession. They compete, they share, they network, and I know that here in Taiwan you have made a very strong young chefs club with the Chef Association. And that's a great step, because that's ensuring the future generation of chefs in this country. And they will be your strongest promotion outside of the country too. Education, we create things too. We are now creating a sustainable seminar for chefs. We're doing this in a cooperation with Unilever, biggest food company in the world. And why do we need to do this? Because the word sustainability is just scary, because it's so big. Sustainability is not only about food, it's about the equipment and many other things within the industry. So what we will be creating is steps. Seminars for chefs, seminars for head chefs, seminar for managers, because they need to think different. And sustainability, I read a lot about it, but I am far away to understand it completely. Yes, I understand what you take out, you have to put something else down. But finding out what you can do is endless. And small steps here and there are very important, and therefore we like to make a seminar that are in plain English, so people understand it. Competition. Everybody wants to be in a competition, and it's very important. The gold medal everybody wants. Now you have to know that we are a little bit like FIFA, but we are not corrupted like FIFA. Just so you know that. But we are like FIFA in many ways because we set the rules for all competitions around the world, big, small, local, international or global. We create seminars for the jury members, and that's very important to do that because we want to ensure that a guy in China speaks no English, he's doing exactly the same job as a guy coming from US because he has learned the same material. We endorse competitions and we run our own competitions.
Keynote ready.
Are you ready? So rules are important and they also always will be changing. We need to follow what is happening in the trend around the world. So they change, I will say, every second year we have some major changes. We put in new sections. Like this year we started with vegetable carving. What is famous here in Asia and some of the Eastern European, but it's not so much in Northern Europe or Southern Europe, but it needs to be recognized as international competition or rules. And we have observed a role. Olympics are in Germany now in October this year. Thousands of chefs from all over the world are coming there to compete in the Olympics. We send people over there to follow that the rules and regulation are kept and ensure fairness in the competition, because the amount of the money that some of the national team are spending, we need to guarantee that they are treated well and they are judged fairly. And also, it doesn't matter what language you speak. Are you coming from Asia, or are you coming from America, or are you coming from Africa, Middle East? So we have to ensure certain quality. Judging seminar. This is the growth. And I hope you see how important it is for us to ensure that every country around the world will have a professional judge. In 2008, we only had 144 international judges. They came from 21 countries. Today we have over 600 and they are coming from 65 countries. And we will not stop before we have all our members country, 93, having at least one international judge. Because then we have created the perfect standard in all of the countries and everybody will be doing the same job. And why judging seminar? Like you can see, this is a disaster. But still you can see this served in a competition, in a restaurant. I'm fine with it in a restaurant because I'm not judging that. I may not come back into the restaurant, but in a competition, I don't want to see food on the tiles I see in the toilet when I go visiting the toilet. Nice clutter. Everybody will say this is beautiful. But a professional judge will see that something is wrong with the clutter. This is made for 8 people, and when the server is going to give the last one, he's not going to get all pieces. One of the green beans is missing. And that's minus in a competition. So much you have to go down to details. Nice seafood carpaccio. That's for the guy who was cleaning the fish. Few centimeters over the carpets. And that's not good. So why it is important to have rules like this? Because when you point it out to them in a competition, they probably will not make that mistake again. And that's very good for the industry too. We have to ensure that our customers are safe. We endorse competitions all over the world, and this year we have over 50 competitions endorsed around the world, from the biggest one down to the smallest one. Superstore, Olympics, Hofex, Tyfex, different competitions everywhere around the world. And hopefully one day, one in Taiwan. We run our own competition, what is very important for us, for juniors and senior, and this year we add in pastry. And our dream is to add in the service in the future, so we have professional people serving the dishes that we are making and showing that we are working together too, because we need each other. This happens in this way. This year, the competition stopped. Every country around the world is having either a local competition or selection process. And next year, we have 7 continental competitions. One for Asia, then all the Asian countries come and compete. And the winner from that competition will go to the final competition in 2013 and compete against 7 competitors around the world and be the best chef in the world. And this small video, if it comes up, comes from Hong Kong last year. And winner can come from any country. This year it came from Norway. In 2010, where do you think it came from? It came from Bali. Of all places, it came from Bali. In a competition with America, Norway, Sweden, Germany, and all the strong nations, it came from Indonesia. That shows that everybody can win. Humanitarian work is very important for us and has been in the 85 years of the history in a small scale. We have supported each other. When we have a disaster in one country, they call their friends in another country and they work direct together. In 2010, we made a decision to create World Chefs Without Borders. And you all have heard about Doctors Without Borders, I'm sure. Doctors Without Borders have been there for over 30 years and they're doing incredible job. We don't talk so much about it, but they are doing incredible job. And I say, if we can be there where they are after 30 years, we have success with what we are trying to do. Because it is very important that we, working in the hotel and food industry, that we see, we are seen that we show our responsibility, our social responsibility. And we have been, over the last years, Japan, Egypt, New Zealand, the US, Thailand, to name few, doing small things and working with different groups, like Aviation Without Borders. Did anybody know that you have Aviation Without Borders? That's the pilots. So how can you work together? Yes, we can get the ingredients, we get the products, they have the airplanes to transport it for us. So they have deal with companies like Airbus. When they deliver a new airplane, we can fill it up with stuff. We did that last year to Japan. How to feed the planet. That's a topic that is on the lips to everyone around the world. Many are talking about it, and we feel that we should be talking about it too, because we work in the food industry. And we have International Chefs Day. I've talked a little bit about World Chefs, but I like to tell you about Feed the Planet. Why are chefs thinking about how can we feed the planet in the future? I will tell you how it started. I was in Milano in 2009 at the food show, and I see a sign for the World Expo 2015. And the theme is Feed the Planet, Energy for Life. And then I said, oh, now the political people around the world are going to come together in one place once again, make some decisions, and they are not going to talk to the people working in the food industry. That happens very often, because they like to get a photo and start with making a decision, but they haven't maybe talked to the people that actually needs to do the job. So I said, we don't wait for them, now we do something ourselves. And we started this program in May this year. We're making a declaration that we are going to focus on this for the coming year, and we are going to invite the political people for a roundtable discussion at World Expo 2015. And we have spoken to strong names around like Jamie Oliver and many famous people that we want to be involved into this because they can help us to make awareness. What can we do? We can do a lot of things. We can think about how much we are wasting every day. We can think about where the product comes from. We have to understand what we have in our hand, and I'm sure the chefs in here, you only have to look back into your own work and you understand how much actually you're wasting every day. As a family, you can see how much you throw in the garbage too. When I start thinking about it, I start looking into my own cooler and just see in end of the week how much I was throwing away, because I thought I had plenty of money, I could just buy whatever I want. But at the same time, I'm wasting. So everybody can take their small responsibility, and the point is, if everybody takes small responsibility, it becomes quite big. And we must, with that action, have impact on the future. This is not made in the way that we think we always have the right answer. But it's made because we want to talk about it. That's why I was very happy to see the discussion that is going to be here today. It's all about how to feed the planet. We are having a discussion in Alain Dugas show in Paris in November, and we have planned for another one in Thailand next year and also in Brazil. All the different people coming and talking about the same topic. And this is so important because no one has the right answer. And no question is stupid, and no discussion is stupid. But more people talking about it, I'm sure each and everyone will start taking small steps in their own private life or in their own company. What can I do? And what most of the time you will realize, you're saving money. You will make your employer happy if you take down the food waste. You will probably have more money in your own home to go for a holiday if you think about what you spend yourself filling up your cooler and then throwing half of it away in the end of the week. That's the population today. 7 billion people on this earth. And I like to show you this because I was thinking about it yesterday when I was walking down here in Taiwan, and I see all the stores are full of food. You don't think it's shortage of food in the world. We see so much of it in front of us. Because sometimes we only see the place where we are, and we don't understand the size of the earth and how much we actually are spending in different things. So I'd like to see if this comes up.
Toolbar. You are currently on the toolbar. To interact with the items on this toolbar, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
Okay, I will try. give me a second. I don't know if you have
89.60,
Oh, okay.
89.8, 89.97 loaded.
No problem.
89.89,
So,
list 6 items. Link. About us. Link. FAQ. Link. License our counters. Link. Advertise. Link. Contact us. English. Contact us. This is link image. World
anyway, I hope you will understand what I'm trying to show you.
Google underline has underline frame.
And I
frame.
challenge you to go on this website and see what is happening
Google
in the world
underline has
today.
underline frame 2 frame.
This is how
5 items.
we grow fast.
0 ABC 2645.
Up to date, we have grown 51 million.
Link.
In the end of the year, we will be 75 million more people on this earth. That's 210 times the size of my country. We are only 300,000 in my country. So, let me show you here something.
You are currently on the text element. Muting.
We have billion people going to bed every night hungry. So can you imagine you have 1.5 billion people that is overweighted? So something is wrong with the picture. Obesity, 520,000, and as you can see, every day it's growing. Just today, 8,400 people died of hunger. When you look through this website, you actually understand the size of the world and how much, for example, we are spending on diseases. $52 million spent on weight loss program in the US, only today. So if we take some actions and we have better and healthier life, better food, we may cut down a lot of cost in the future. So, look at this website and judge for yourself if you think you can make a difference. This is our planet. We have to take care of it, then it will take care of us. 2015, 9.2 billion people living on this earth. We are talking about we don't have enough food for everybody today. And honestly, we have plenty of food in the world. We just distribute it wrongly. We treat it not very well. And we throw too much away because we think we can't eat it. Like stinky tofu. What will you do if you had no other food? You will eat stinky tofu and you will start learning to respect it and love it. And one day, you may have to start learning to eat insects. Yes, you do a lot of it in China. The rest of the world is scared with it. But that's the fact. If everybody will start eating insects, you will not be having any shortage of food in the future. Because it's so much protein in there, but it's in our mind that we can't eat it. So I think we need to focus on education when it comes to food and also, you know, how we actually handle our food. So before I show you the next video, then I just like to tell you, when we made the decision to do this, we knew that we needed voices with us to help us to encourage the chefs and understand this is a program made for chefs to make a difference. If everybody do something, we will make a difference, and we believe that we can make a difference. But we needed voices to help us, and it was only a phone call away. I got President of Iceland, I got Al Gore from the United States, and I got the President of Slovenia within a week. With a video message for the chefs at the last Congress to encourage them to take this step. We don't have to have the right answers, but we are showing that we take social responsibility and we are willing to do something about it. And I clipped it into all three into one small video I like to show to you.
Distinguished delegates, it is my personal honor to address you today as you meet for the 35th Congress of the World Association of Chefs and Science. My very good friend, President Alfred Grimson of Iceland, has introduced me to your work and your commitment to address the very pressing issues of food security, sustainability, and climate change. Thank you. I can think of no greater mission for your association. It's wonderful. Your leadership is a crucial part of solving the climate crisis. Scientists have warned us that global warming will affect food security. We'll see changes in the availability of water as the hydrological cycle is speeded up, and some areas experience deeper droughts, others more extreme downpours and severe storms and large floods. This combination of events is predicted by the scientists to markedly reduce the yields of many crops on average all around the world. Higher global temperatures, which affect soil moisture, causing it to evaporate more quickly and dry out the vegetation, also contributes to the outbreaks of devastating wildfires that we've seen not only in Russia and Texas, but in many places around the world. Also dust storms. The climate crisis overall is the greatest challenge that we as human beings have ever faced. As individuals who are highly skilled in all areas of food preparation, you are in a unique position to become a key part of solving this difficult crisis.
My discussion with
I'm not going to run the whole video. I'm going to try to keep within my time. But it's a lot of things we can do. And I can see the interest from governments around the world when they learn that we actually are doing something. Because every government is facing the same problem. How are we going to feed our people in the future? And sharing. So we are not trying to tell them this is the way to do it, but we are showing that we as a human being working in the food industry, we are willing to help. And I think we can make a difference just with saying that we are ready to help. But we focus on, it started a long time ago. All this has to do with how to feed the planet in the future. Every year we have an International Chef's Day. We ask our 10 million members to do something that day or that year and focus on some topics. We ask them to go for food safety and food waste 2009. Go green with chefs. We were not telling them do this and do that. Think yourself. Do something, go green. What does it mean? Sustainable cuisine. And this year, our theme is how to feed the planet. I thought for a while, in 2010, I was thinking, is it stupid? Are we doing the right thing? Are they listening to us? And then I met a guy in Poland that had been living in Phillip Island for a long time in a big hotel. He came to me and said, thank you for doing this, because it gave me, as a person running a big hotel, opportunity to take a message from the World Association of Chef Society down to my staff and say, guys, this is what we should focus on. Because they were not listening to the management in the hotel, but they were listening to what was happening around the world. So we can make a difference with sending out a message to our members what they could be focusing on this year. And if everybody was thinking about food safety that year, or food waste, I'm sure they did something good. Networking is part of our work. We need to network. That's how we grow. That's part of education too. Coming to a meeting like this, having a congresses, having our own website. What we have in 4 languages today, we are restructuring it. It will be open at end of this year, beginning of next year, in 7 languages, including Chinese, Arabic, Russian. Very important for us to reach out to as many of our members around the world and give them opportunity to feel free to send their message into the website without having to translate it over to English. And as you know, Chinese people don't only live in China. They live everywhere around the world. So a message out from China, you are talking to your people in hundreds of countries. We have our own magazine. We print 2 times a year. We print about 10,000 examples. We spread out like in conferences like this or shows. Otherwise, the magazine is free online. Very well received. We have, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands downloads a year. And that's chefs.
The world chefs and wax is our own.
That's what we are proud of. Now I'm coming to the end.
I'm a chef.
From Sri Lanka.
I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
From Egypt.
Malaysia, Iceland.
I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
From Haiti.
I'm a chef. I'm a chef.
I'm a chef.
Australia.
USA.
I'm in Salvador.
From India.
From Egypt.
Something big is happening here. Look around you. Where else would you feel so many different cultures come together, see so many different colors and hear so many different languages? There is no better time, no better place to be a chef than right here, right now. Be active in wax. Whether you are a sponsor, young chef, professional chef, teacher, or a wax humanitarian. Make this a new beginning. With 10 million chefs in 93 countries, the World Network is at your fingertip. Don't get left behind.
We are world chefs and wax.
Wax is our home. Wax is a big message.
We are chefs and wax is our home.
We can make the world a better place. Você é um chefe, isso é na Haiti, no Magalinha.
Nosotros no tenemos fronteras.
We are world chefs, bringing worlds together. Wir können die Welt einen besseren Platz machen.
Dieser Mixkocher für Wax erledigt.
Saya jual masak dan saya dari Malaysia.
We have no borders.
We have no borders.
We can make the world a better place.
Wir können die Welt bessere Platz machen.
We can make the world a better place.
Wir sind wirklich als auch Chefs.
We have no borders.
Podemos hacer el mundo un mejor lugar. We can make the world a better place.
And I'm sure we can make the world a better place. In our network we have chefs all over the world. They cook for kings, queens, presidents, dictators, good one, bad one, in hospitals, in prison, in kindergarten, everywhere. And they all can make a difference. The good thing with that industry, everybody has to eat. So what we have learned, it's easy to go often to government and twist them a little bit around through the stomach. So we hope with our action we are going to make a difference in the future. I'm not hoping, I know we will. As long as we stick together, stand together, and we are fighting for the right cause. Our partners, I have to show you our partners because nobody can live without having a partners. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope you have learned a little bit about the World Association of Chef Society. Keep on respecting the chefs in Taiwan. Make the profession to be real profession. And I'm not kidding. I hope one day I can get the United Nations to understand that in all 163 countries in the United States, this profession should be recognized by the government as a profession. Because in too many countries we are not recognized because then they can pay us less. We are just like a policeman or a doctor. Every time when a customer walks into the restaurant, he puts his life in the hand of the chef and he has no clue he's doing it. But you know that when you do it when you go to a doctor. But we could actually wipe you on the face of the earth very quickly. So we need to ensure that the future chefs in this industry are recognized and they come from a quality education. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gudmundsson, for perfect time management, exactly on the spot. Thank you so much.